All right, move right on to conduct of business. Our first item is item A, adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase cable television, catching equipment, and high-definition digital video recorder set-top boxes in the amount of $152,185.71.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. Tonight, staff is recommending the purchase for the cable operation. The equipment we're asking for is in the CIP budget, but pending approval, we are asking for the purchase to be made at this time. Each fiscal year, staff inventories and projects the set-top box needs for the current year, taking into account potential growth, marketing opportunities, and age or features of the existing devices. As HD televisions become more prevalent in the community, the need to support them with HD equipment becomes important, as our competitors offer similar opportunities, including multiple room recording and other features. To replenish our inventory of high-definition set-top boxes and HD digital video recorders, and to take advantage of the new features, we're recommending the purchase of 200 HD boxes and 100 digital video recorders for the remainder of the fiscal year. The second item we're requesting to purchase is an internet site caching system to enhance the end user experience for those in the city's internet service and reduce the current bandwidth costs to the cable department. While the cable department's internet service is fast and robust, staff is always looking ahead at ways to improve the service and to prepare for future needs. As internet and bandwidth usage increases, costly circuit purchases may become necessary. However, for several months, and most recently at the NCTC Cable Trade Show in San Francisco that we all attended, staff researched products that provide a means to improve the customer experience, save bandwidth, and offer faster downloads without the need to purchase a new circuit to accomplish this. This product is a caching appliance that offers a means by which the content of the most popular San Bruno end-user sites, by aggregate, is stored and automatically configured for caching. By storing the content on a local caching server in San Bruno, it eliminates the need for the content to be delivered by traveling all the way back to and from the original website server location. Also, because the content stays on our local network, it downloads faster and reduces bandwidth leaving our network. I thought I might take a moment to try to explain that because it might be difficult to grasp. So you have your end user in San Bruno, and you have the hub at the head end, and that's our equipment. And then we have the cloud, the internet site, wherever you're downloading content from. So the user asks for this content, let's say it's a YouTube video, and if lots of users are asking for it, this caching system will take that content and store it on our network. So now the user just has to go here to our network to grab that and does not go all the way out to the cloud to download. It's that bandwidth that we're using to go back and forth to their server is not being used, and that's how we can reduce the cost. Is that a little better? The equipment is rated at a maximum of 35% bandwidth savings. For an example, with only a 25% reduction of bandwidth, the cable operation could realize a $1,400 savings each month on bandwidth charges. While other caching products do exist, this vendor is the only one that provides a comprehensive caching system with a full range of protocols supported. There are over 3,000 of these units sold worldwide. Staff has also negotiated a 30-day trial test after the installation is completed, and if the equipment performs as it is expected to, staff will proceed with the purchase. Both of these purchases would be made through our vendors with the NCTC pricing. Staff is recommending the purchase of these items. I'm also here with the system engineer, Al Johnson, to answer any questions.
Good. Any questions of staff? Michael?
Chair, I have a couple of questions. Regarding the set-top boxes, I'm wondering on an annual rate, how many of the existing boxes are retired and have to be replaced, and how much of the 200 that you're currently requesting are to fill anticipated growth versus actual numbers that will need to be replaced?
I would say that
right now in the warehouse we have about 200 plus DVRs and HD boxes that are older style that do not have the HDMI cables, which people do not want to use. So I'm trying to find a buyer for them to so we can use that money to replace the new ones. But that's why we need to keep up with the new boxes and styles, because the newer TVs that are coming out now do not have component cables. They just have HDMI cables, and those boxes do not have that. So we have a bunch of them sitting in the warehouse.
Okay. And then on a go-forward basis, is there any plan to, or has there been in the past a plan to replace these boxes periodically as an operating cost versus as a capital cost?
These boxes can last us up to 10 years, so we do buy them as a capital cost. And also, we reserve, these newer boxes will be reserved for folks that want to take advantage of the MOCA program, which is multiple room DVR recording. So we won't just, we have, like I said, we have 200 boxes that we can replace with, but as new TVs only have this certain HDMI input, and folks that want this new multiple room recording, that's what this is geared to. And we've actually been installing quite a few of those lately.
Okay. And does the monthly fee for that particular device, does that recapture some of this expense?
Yes, Councilman. The monthly fee is captured in a 2-year program.
Okay. And then regarding the caching device, what sort of historical data do we have on usage? Because I'm wondering, when we get our 30-day run of this, do we have a good understanding of how the demand for the bandwidth varies over the year?
Yes, we monitor I'll let Al speak to this, but we do monitor the bandwidth. We have the ability to monitor the bandwidth daily, so we know our average use each day. We know our average use monthly, and even time of day. Do you want to add to that?
Well, right now at our peak time, which is like 8 o'clock in the evening, we're using between 800 and 900 megabits per second of bandwidth. And if this system works as expected, that should bring it down to roughly 600, which would be a big savings dollar-wise, and be a good incentive for the customers too.
Okay. And somewhere in here, I think it said that we're currently, on average, using 600 megabits of the 1,000 megabits that are available. But then you said that by reducing our demand by 25%, we would save. So are we actually paying for the full 1,000 megabits on a monthly basis, or are we paying for what we consume?
We pay for what we consume. We have a base that we pay monthly to each of the circuits, and then we have something called burstable. So if we go over that, then we do pay on top of that, and that's what we're hoping to either eliminate or definitely reduce, that burstable charge.
Okay, thank you.
Through the chair.
Yes, Rico.
Real quick. So the lifespan is about 10 years. And do we have an idea or a thought, of course we can't predict the future, that maybe in 5-6 years those will become obsolete? That's in the case of the ones that Ms. Johnson's trying to sell to somebody?
With new technology, as you say, new technology, we don't really know exactly what's going to be out there, but we do know that that the HD product, the boxes still are good. The only thing is that the new televisions that are made today do not have certain connectors on them that our old boxes have. So we need to upgrade our HD boxes. But we have boxes in the field that have been out there for 10 years, so they're still in use today. But that's why we're buying a smaller quantity also, so that we don't set ourselves up just to have only one type.
I mean, it's my understanding, and correct me, Mr. Furbo, is that with the campaign that's been pursued out in the community, and it has netted some results, that maybe the concern is also we want to have ample equipment available in order to meet those needs, so that when we offer something to those prospective customers, that we're able to fulfill their orders.
You're correct, Councilman. And also, we all know that the holiday season is upon us, and there'll be folks buying new television sets, and at that time of year we get lots of requests to install HD boxes, so we want to have ample supply for that as well.
And I would assume, based on one of the items costing about $164, the other one about $310, and what we're charging 8+ and 12+, that through the lifetime we would be able to make up for the cost of the item down the road.
We will be able to, yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Action?
I'll introduce the resolution.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Councilmember Medina.
Aye.
Councilmember Ibarra. Vice Mayor Salazar.
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.